say bananas, you say peppers. And today is a little bit of arts and crafts day because we are finally going to be testing out these crazy popcorn pens that have been floating around this office for probably the last 3 years. I hope that these things are still going to work. If not, today's video might be called Quick Disappointment. I know today's video is super random from me because I'm not like an artistic person. I'm literally not. I have like no art skills at all, but I do always love pens and stationery. And recently, I guess this is at the forefront of my mind for 2 reasons. A, we are in Operation Desk Cleanout today, and B, I have been writing letters back and forth to one of my best friends who lives in New York. Normally she visits a couple times a year, but with everything going on, she hasn't been able to come into town. So we've been kind of pen pals, which has been a lot of fun. So I thought, hey, if these things like actually work, if they're pretty cool, maybe I can use them today. I'm gonna write her a new letter today, so maybe it would be just like a fun little extra artistic accent that we can add. So these things are called popcorn pens, and I don't 100% remember where I bought these. I think for a while they were selling them at Hot Topic, which is totally weird. What are popcorn pens, you might ask? I literally also don't know. With the name popcorn, I can definitely guarantee you it's gonna be puffy ink of some kind. So I think you draw with it, and when the ink first comes out, it just looks like it's gonna be normal colored ink. But then I don't know, because I do believe all the writing is in Korean. Let me give you guys a nice up close angle here. Forgive my ignorance if I'm wrong, but I do believe that that is Korean, and there's no English anywhere on the packaging except for literally where it says popcorn color. But I don't know if they're trying to imply that, like, you know, after a certain period of time, the ink is gonna raise and puff up. Or I know some things like this, I used to do it with my aunt all the time. You actually have to use like a little heat tool. So I don't know, we might have to bust out a hairdryer to really get it to work. I have had pens like this before because some of my all-time favorite pens are the Jelly Roll Glaze pens. Have you guys ever seen those? I was digging around the house. If I can find a specific glaze pen before I edit and upload this video, I'll show you guys exactly what that ink looks like. I thought I found some Jelly Roll Glaze pens, but I think these are just the neon, or there's some sort of like moonlight edition where it's like a really bright neon. Anyway, I used to have these pens that I was obsessed with called Jelly Roll Glaze, and I remember I would like go to college and take all my notes, and all my friends were always like so excited to see all the gel pens I would bring to class because we're all 6. I don't know. It sort of does the same thing as I think these pens are gonna do. You write with it and the ink seems flat, but then as it dries, it raises just a little bit, but it's not textured. It's just like raised. Do you know what I mean? Like if you run your fingers across the paper, you can just like subtly feel something. But when you look at the picture on the packaging here, it almost looks, I don't know, like kind of quilted or something. I don't even know how to describe this. It looks super puffy, like almost if you shoot silly string and then, you know, you see like silly string on the ground and it's really thick and textured. Is anything I'm saying making any sense? Anyway, so we have 10 different shades to play with today, and these remind me of, do you remember when those Sharpie metallic paint pens first came out and you would like shake them and it's almost like a little can of spray paint? I thought it was gonna kind of be like that, but they're actually squishy. You can squeeze the barrel. So I don't know if I'm like mixing up the ink or something in there. It feels like it's gonna work because they all are, like all the barrels are still squishy. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that is the actual ink in there. I don't know why I couldn't tell on the dark blue one. I thought that this blue color here was just like the casing, but that's actually the ink you can see inside of it. So I don't know why I'm so excited about this dark blue color, but I keep picking this one up. So this is what the barrel looks like. If anybody out there can translate, oh my gosh, maybe I'm holding it upside down. I can't tell because there's arrows pointing each way. Okay, so I've squeezed it. I'm not sure if I should do that. I think I'm like priming the pen because it does have, it looks like a very fine tip. It's not like a marker or anything. And I think we're probably still gonna be lucky with the condition of the ink because there is one of those like tip protectant things on there. So I just peeled that off and let's see. Oh my gosh, okay. I just felt it like, did you guys hear that little like crack? Okay, I feel the ball rolling in there. Oh my gosh, okay, so you definitely have to squeeze. And I feel like this is gonna take some getting used to because it's almost like you have to squeeze the entire time you are writing with it. So that did not come out too clear. I guess let's just set this here. I'm gonna try again. Yeah, see if you just like press down on the pen's tip, it skips a lot. You don't get like a nice, clear, smooth write. Like you could maybe do this for like accents or something on a note or a drawing, but it is basically more for drawing, I would imagine, than like letter writing. So far, I'm gonna stop this clip and start it again so we can kind of use it as a timer to see how long the ink has been sitting there. So far, it still looks really wet. I mean, it's not like running on the paper when I move it around, but so far like nothing is changing. It's certainly not like, I hate to use the word curdling because that is absolutely gross, but it's not like looking like popcorn. I don't know, it doesn't look like anything. So I'm gonna try this again, but you can definitely, oh wow, I forgot how to spell my name. I'm gonna try and sign my name somewhere else. You guys, I thought we would be seeing some change right now. Yeah, I can't get it to not skip, even when I'm like really squeezing the pen. Okay, I'm gonna put the cap on the blue one and I'm gonna pick up this purple one. I'm trying to shake it. If I shake it, nothing happens. I'm trying to squeeze it. That way, in case like some of the ingredients or something are separated in there. I mean, do pens go bad? I don't know. I mean, the ink is clearly like very liquidous in there. I would think as long as the ink is coming out and you can get like a clear scribble out of it, that the popcorn aspect should work, but who knows. I am about to just bust out a hairdryer or something and see if heat does anything, because this is our original signature and I've been filming this little clip for 2 minutes and 30 seconds and nothing is happening. Right now, they do seem to be the exact same style and texture as the Jelly Roll Glaze pens. Like if this ink were to dry just like it is right now, it does have that glossy yet raised texture to it, but I wouldn't describe that as popcorn. And it doesn't look anything like it promises on the packaging. Okay, you guys, what I'm gonna do is go through and prime each color, and I'm gonna try and just do like a signature in each of the shades, and then we'll set like a timer down here and we'll see if anything happens. I'm gonna set this to the side because this is just like the most messy scribbles you could ever possibly see, and then that way we can continue to let this one dry and see if anything happens, but then that way I can at least like prime and test each color. Maybe some of the pens will work and some of them won't. Oh my god, now this is just a busted pen vlog. I got a hairdryer because I think that we're gonna need it. I could not believe that these would not work because I mean the ink seems good. There seems to be a little bit of texture here. Like I said, right now these are exactly like the Jelly Roll Glaze pens. This ink is dry, even though I'm not sure if it shows up on camera, but in person, it does still have like a wet, glossy look to it, but you can run your hand across it and the paper is not smearing. And I don't know if you guys are really gonna be able to tell that it's raised on camera. I primed and tested all of the colors. All of them work. Some of them, the rollerball seems to be working a little bit better than others. I almost think that the darker shades, like the black one, is far and away the best one, followed by the blue one. Some of these other like neon ones or lighter shades, like this neon pink, I've tried to prime it several times. I jumped onto YouTube because I'm like, okay, somebody in the world had to have tested these pens out before. And there's really like scarce information on the web about these. I don't know if they're just like not popular, or maybe they're just not that popular in the States. Maybe that's why we don't see that many videos. I don't know. But yeah, I found a video from like 13 years ago. And I think that those pens were not called popcorn pens. They were called like Uli Magic ink pens or something. But in that one, they like drew their design the ink was still wet. And then they put a hairdryer on it, literally right on top of it. I'm like, that looks like a freaking fire hazard. Just look at this clip, you guys. I've never seen anybody like hold a hairdryer so close to something in my life. So we're not gonna do that. But I am gonna try and write my name one last time. And we'll see. I have it on the hottest heat setting and we're gonna turn it on. And we're gonna put it close to the paper. But we're not gonna put it on the paper. I feel like I almost should not put my face so close to this because these pens do have like a really kind of odd odor. It's almost like a vinegar smell. You guys, this is kind of liquid disappointment is what we're gonna call this. It's like, let me see, I'm trying to zoom you guys in, but also not make it blurry. So let's see if you guys will be able to see the detail here. This does seem different after I applied the heat to it than the blue sample I just showed you guys where we felt it and I said it felt raised, but it was still smooth. This feels raised, but it feels more textured, almost like a little bit of a grittiness to it. And I also just like filmed that iPhone clip so I could get down almost on a microscopic level. And maybe you guys would be able to see when the black ink dried with the heat, it does have like a slightly more almost like spackled finish to it. I was thinking maybe as I was like squishing the ink together and trying to like mix all the components in there, I was thinking maybe I was like harming the ingredients. So I stopped doing that on these later colors. And I think these first 4 that I used, I tried to prime and squish. So maybe that was helpful. Maybe I mixed the ingredients together. So we're gonna switch back to this blue one, which once again gives us more of a steady, non-skipping line and seems to dispense a lot of ink. And I did mix the ingredients together. So I'm gonna put the hairdryer on this one again and we'll see if anything happens. All right, you guys, I just did a couple more tests because I really did not want to walk away from this video today without fantastic results. But hey, I guess, you know what? I guess this is kind of like a does this thing really work? And I guess sometimes the answer to does this thing really work is no. Not really, absolutely not. So like you guys just know, we did the showdown with the black and blue pens. And I think that the blue pen turned out being a little bit more raised than the black pen, but it is so weird because almost in the same way that the ink skips and you don't get like a completely clear, you know, right out of the pen, it's like the puffiness also skips, but not in the same places where there's no ink. It's like it will start to be really raised and puffy in certain areas, but then other areas it feels almost completely flat. So just to give this whole thing the benefit of the doubt, I did want to go ahead and apply heat to every single color while the ink was fresh and wet. So I just tested every single color again, and shockingly, it seems like the white pen gives the most consistent popcorny raised effect throughout the entire line. Each other one, it seems to be flat in some areas and raised in others. But if you were trying to get like a raised ink effect, I would definitely go with the Jelly Roll Glaze. I feel like those pens just write like a dream. It's not like you have to like squeeze almost like a paint tube the entire time to get a good write out of it. And I feel like even once this dries, like I showed you guys, like stacking the notebook paper on top of each other, it does sort of have like a little bit of sticky tackiness to it that I don't think like the Jelly Roll pens do. See, overall, I thought that this was going to be maybe something I could use for note writing, hopefully, but also something that is like more artistic, like, you know, if you want to draw magical puffy pictures. Like I thought the ink was gonna super like puff up and raise up, and mine did not do that. Now maybe it's like a brand thing, different brands of this magic ink stuff, maybe some of them are more effective than other ones. I don't know. I mean, it's not like I hate them. It's not like the effect is terrible. I feel like I heated them up for 5 minutes because I was trying to like really allow it to like get as much heat as possible. But I I feel like unless you have one of those embossing tools or something, like it's not great to put a hairdryer like directly onto something. I feel like you're probably gonna like burn up your hairdryer, which would suck trying to get like $7 pens to work. I don't know, you guys. Overall, I don't hate them, but I don't love them. Like I wouldn't repurchase them. I don't really know if you could call it a popcorn effect. It just doesn't look as cool as it does on the packaging. Maybe I'm just like playing too much into the illustration on the packaging. Maybe it's not meant to imply that it's gonna be like half an inch thick off the page. Let me know if you guys have seen these things. Have you tried them? Were you excited by the results or not? I think I'm probably mostly gonna end up using the white ink pen, and I might try and do like some accents, but I don't think I'd want to write an entire letter in that. I feel like that would be a mess. But I found some of the, do you guys remember like the black paper, like when Jelly Roll pens first came out, and everybody got Jelly Rolls and like black paper, and they had like those white, I think they were called like milky pens or something. So I don't know, I might bust that milky paper out and see if I can like do something fun. But yeah, I wouldn't want to write a whole letter in this. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments down below. I cannot wait to hear. And thank you guys so much for hanging out today and for watching. If you're not already and you'd like to be, hit the button down below, subscribe, and become a member of the Banana Peppers squad today. And until I see you guys again, stay happy, stay healthy, stay sassy, stay banana peppery. I love you guys so much, and I will see y'all again very, very soon. Bye!